Are you guys ready for a sweaty, spirited flow? Grab your mat and meet me in lotus or easy pose. So you're going to find yourself in any seated position that you choose. Allow your body to relax. Relax your shoulders, your jaw, your tongue. You're doing nothing but sitting. Take a big inhale here, deep down in the belly. Allow it to expand. And exhale. Start to find yourself in tabletop. Palms are directly underneath the shoulders. Knees are directly underneath the hips. Toes are relaxed. You're going to inhale, open and arch the back. Drishti goes up towards the ceiling, to the sky, or the tips of your nose. And exhale, around the back. Pull the belly button towards your spine. Drishti goes to your chin or your chest. Inhale, open and arch. Cow pose. And exhale. Round cat pose. Find any fluid motion you like, any organic movement. You can find circles, shoulder rolls, hip rolls, whatever works for you. Just kind of wiggle, jiggle it out. When you feel comfortable, you're going to shift back into child's pose and surrender. Allow your forehead to rest. Reach through your fingers, but allow your shoulder girdle to relax. Allow your tailbone to rest on the tops of the heels of your feet. And just breathe there. Inhale, start to shift up. You're going to go like tabletop, but allow your pelvis or groin to fall towards the mat. Inhale, tuck the toes underneath you, shift the energy back through the heels, and you're going to float in this upward facing dog with your toes tucked. So say hello to this back bend. Inhale, drop the knees, and exhale, shift back into child's pose. Again, inhale, shift up on all fours, but allow the pelvis or groin to drop towards the mat. And exhale. Inhale, tuck the toes underneath you. Exhale, rise up, upward facing dog with the tucked toes. Inhale, drop the knees, and exhale, shift back into child's pose. Take one more inhale here, and exhale. You're going to inhale, shift up on all fours, allow the pelvis or groin to drop, and exhale. Inhale, tuck the toes underneath you. Exhale, downward facing dog. You're only here for one breath, so just kind of say a quick hi into the pose. Inhale, drop the knees, open and arch the back, cow pose, and exhale, round the back as you shift back into child's pose. Inhale, shift the weight forward, open and arch the back, and exhale. Inhale, tuck the toes underneath you, and exhale, shift back into downward facing dog. Here's the downward dog we're going to hang out with. Allow the heels of your feet to firmly sink into the mat. Even if they can't touch, you're actively pushing them back. Think about having an imaginary tail and shift it up towards the universe. Pull the belly underneath your rib cage. Your drishti, meaning where you're looking, is at the tip of your nose or your belly button. Breathe. Enjoy this. Inhale here. And exhale. Feel free to stand at down dog, or you can inhale, drop the knees, open and arch the back, and exhale, shift back into child's pose. Remember, you are in the comforts of your own space. Inhale, you're going to shift through, drop the pelvis, and exhale into Bujidasana or cobra pose. Just kind of say hello to it a bit. You can wiggle from side to side, or whatever works for you. You're going to tuck those toes underneath you, and we're going to find downward facing dog again. Think about shifting the heels actively into the mat. Pull the belly underneath the rib cage or your shoulder girdle back towards your tailbone. Lengthen here. Think about the center of you shooting up towards the universe, but you're grounding through your palms and your feet. You can't go anywhere. Breathe. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, high up on the tippy toes, open and arch the back, and exhale, shift back into child's pose. One more time. Enjoy child's pose. It's about surrendering. When you feel comfortable, I want you to inhale, open and arch your back, and then you're going to exhale, round up so you're sitting up. Find some neck circles, right to left to right, whatever is comfortable for you. Just kind of wiggle here. When you're comfortable, you're going to inhale, drop your right palm into the mat, and exhale, extend your left arm up towards the ceiling or the sky. Do not rest in your shoulder girdle. Allow that to sink back into your tailbone and reach to your fingers. Your drishti is up. When you feel comfortable, you're going to draw the moon or make a big circle. Doesn't matter to me. You can go both directions or one direction, depending on what your shoulders need. When you feel comfortable, we're going to find gate pose. Inhale, reach to that left arm, and exhale, point through the left toe. Feel the entire side body open up. Inhale, drop the palms, and exhale, three-legged dog, left leg. Do not come high up on that tippy toe. Sink down into the heel of the right foot. Inhale, shift your weight forward like you're going plank. Extend that leg, let it stay. And exhale, drop the knees. You are now in child's pose. Same thing, opposite side. Inhale, shift up all fours, drop the pelvis or groin, tuck the toes underneath you, and exhale. When you're ready, you're going to sink into that Bujidasana or Cobra pose. Find what works for you. Inhale, back into upward facing dog or Cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. You got this. Inhale, drop the knees, open and arch the back, and exhale, shift back so you're sitting on the heels of your feet. Make sure your shoulders are stacked over your hips. Same thing, opposite side, like I said. You're going to inhale, drop your left palm into the mat. This time, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Allow the shoulder girdle to sink back, meaning your ears and shoulders should never touch each other. Inhale, draw the moon or big circle. Remember, you can go both directions, one direction. Listen to your body. When you are comfortable, that energy is going to pull you into gate pose. The same arm and foot are reaching actively in two different directions. Point that toe. Inhale, open up the entire side body. Exhale, drop those palms. Three-legged dog, right leg this time. Think about sinking through the heel of the left foot. You got this. Reach through that toe. It is reaching towards the heavens. Inhale, shift forward like you're in a three-leg plank, which you should be in. And exhale, drop the knees, shift back, child's pose. Inhale, shift up all fours, but continue through it so that you can exhale the pelvis or groin, setting up for Cobra Bujidasana. Remember, inhale, roll your shoulders back, elbows should be making love to your rib cage. Drop the palms. Take some time here. Inhale, upward facing dog. Drishtis up towards the sky or the ceiling. Lengthen through those legs. Engage the thighs and quads. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big inhale as you sweep the right leg up towards the ceiling. Take your drishti to your right pinky finger. And exhale, right toes kiss the mat. You're on that toe, so the heel of your foot is off the mat, almost like you're wearing high heels. Take a big inhale there and exhale, shift back into downward facing dog. We're going to do the opposite side. Inhale, sweep the left leg up towards the ceiling or sky, and you're going to exhale. Take your drishti to that pinky finger. Your toe's going to kiss the mat. You are still high up on that heel. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, drop the knees, open and arch the back. Exhale, child's pose. When you're comfortable, you're going to come up so that you're like hero pose, and you're going to draw the moon with your right arm. Feel free to go in both directions. Use your imagination, color, and your lines. When you're comfortable, you're going to inhale, sweep the arms both in front of you. And exhale, shift through Cobra pose. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, shift back, sit on the heels of your feet or child's pose. Again, opposite side, you're going to inhale, come up and draw the moon in both directions with your left arm this time. Find what works for you. Inhale, sweep both arms in front of you when you're comfortable. And then exhale, interlace the fingers behind you or your shoulders back. Find a tiny little back bend here. You can keep your gaze neutral or take it up towards the ceiling or the sky for more of a back bend. Allow your lower body to sink into the mat. Inhale, snake through, Cobra or Bujidasana, and exhale, downward facing dog. Now that you found this down dog, take your time by walking your hands back towards your feet. You'll know when you're comfortable enough to find forward fold. Inhale, open and arch and lengthen. Exhale, take that forward fold. And then inhale, open and arch, lengthen. Bend the knees. Exhale, slowly round up the back. Engage in each and every vertebrae as you come back up to standing. Your head should be the last thing to return to center. Feel free to wiggle, jiggle, roll, dance, pray. Whatever is comfortable for you right now, just find your yumminess. We'll meet back at the top of our mat when you're comfortable. I want you to think about grounding your feet into the mat. And you're going to inhale, almost like undressing your soul. Reach your arms up towards the sky. And exhale, open up. Let your chest beam up towards the universe. Inhale, sweep the arms in front of you and give yourself a big hug as you exhale here. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. And again, a tiny standing back bend. Exhale. Inhale, wrap the arms around you. Give yourself a big hug. And exhale, back to mountain pose. Inhale, undress your spirit. Reach up towards the ceiling. Final standing back bend. Go as deep as you like. Feel free to take your drishti towards your thumbs. And you're going to exhale. Take it forward, forward fold, all the way down. Shift the weight forward into your toes, not in the heels of your feet. Inhale, open and arch your back, lengthen. Exhale, jump or step back, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up towards the ceiling or the sky. And exhale, take your drishti towards that right pinky finger. Step the right big toe towards the right pinky finger. Heel of the foot doesn't touch the mat. Sink the goodies down into the earth and maybe look over that right shoulder. Hello. Take a big inhale as you drop that palm. And when you're ready, your exhale, three-legged dog. Stretch it all out. Take a big inhale again. Pull it all the way through. And this time, drop the back knee. Relax the foot. You are in low lunge or asana. The key is letting your center sink to the floor. Think about your goodies falling out of your middle. Push the energy forward, roll your shoulders back. If you're uncomfortable here, you can keep your palms towards your feet and let your weight hang forward. I'm getting more of a back bend here, but do what works for you. Take another big inhale here and exhale, drop your forearms to the mat. You are in lizard pose. Keep your drishti forward. Once you take your drishti towards the floor, you'll start to round your back. You'll lose the pose in your lower body where it should be. All I want you to do is sink, ground, and relax. To get out of this, just slowly walk your hands up, tuck your back toe, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Finding some little waves to work all of that out. You're going to inhale high up on your tippy toes and exhale, almost like pouring yourself forward into a plank, but you're going to bend your knees and shift yourself right back to downward dog. Inhale, pour it forward, bend the knees, and exhale, shift back, downward dog. Inhale, pour it forward. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, your choice. Exhale, child's pose. Take a big inhale here, snake all the way through. Say hello to Bujidasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Same thing, opposite side. Inhale, sweep the left leg up towards the ceiling or the sky. Sink down through the heel of the right foot. And exhale, left toe touches the mat. Inhale, roll over that left shoulder. Say hello to that yumminess stretch. And then exhale, when you're comfortable, drop your palm, three-legged dog again. Take a big inhale here as you stretch up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, sweep it all the way through, finding Ajiyasana. Drop your back knee, relax your foot. Think about shifting weight forward. There should be little to no weight in your back leg at all. The energy is sinking forward. Ajiyasana is half of the split. That's all it is. Feel free to roll your shoulders back or take your palms toward your feet. Stay where it works for you. Inhale here and exhale. Walk your palms forward so that you can exhale, set up for lizard pose. Feel free to stay on your palms or your forearms, whatever works for you. Roll your shoulders back. Keep your upper body active so that you can actively sink down into the lower half of the body. Start preparing yourself to come out of the pose by taking an inhale as you ground your palms and exhale, step back into downward facing dog. Think about sinking the heels actively into the mat. Pull your belly underneath your rib cage. Take your drishti toward the tip of your nose. Take a big inhale as you bend both knees and kind of wiggle jiggle from right to left 1 or 2 times. Inhale, sweep the right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend the knee and flex the foot. Take a big inhale as you step it behind you and exhale, Chakrasana or Wild Thing. The idea here is your chest is facing the ceiling. Don't worry about that arm reaching towards the ceiling. Shoot the heart up towards the sky. Take a big inhale as you roll over and exhale, side plank. You can find a modification here by dropping your inside knee to the floor. Take a big inhale as you drop the knees and exhale, shift back. You are in hero pose or sitting on the heels of your feet, whatever works for you. Here's where you get the time to have some free movement. Find organic movement in your body. That means seated cat and cows, shoulder circles, hip circles, neck circles, whatever works for you, just find something. Take one more big inhale here and then exhale, shift forward, tuck the toes underneath you. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up, 3-legged dog. Sink down through the heel of the foot. Exhale, bend the knee, flex the foot. You're going to set up Wild Thing or Chakrasana. Again, remember, the energy is shooting through your chest up into the universe. Push as high as you can. Take that big inhale. And then you're going to exhale, stack your heels on top of each other so that you find side plank. It really doesn't matter to me if you actually find a full side plank, drop the knee for the modification, or you're in a regular plank. Just pick something to commit to for your core. Take a big inhale as you drop the knees, open and arch the back. And again, exhale, find some wiggles and jiggles, child's pose, cat and cow, whatever works for you. When you're comfortable, again, we're going to meet in our seated hero pose or sitting on the heels of your feet and find just 1 or 2 neck circles. Inhale, sweep the left arm up towards the ceiling. And again, draw the moon, but this time you're going to do it 1 time so that you find that gate pose. Actively reach through your fingertips and your toes, and you're going to make this straight line as you float off the mat. Engage your core here. Take 1 more big breath, inhale, and exhale. Again, come back to a seated pose. Drop your left palm into the mat. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. And you're going to exhale, reach again through that, finding that gate pose as you stack the knee into the mat. Reach with your fingertip and your toe. You're making like a straight line, or as straight a line as possible to engage your core here, and you're kind of floating off the mat. Breathe. Take 1 more big inhale here, and exhale. We'll meet again, sitting on the heels of our feet. I want you to take a big inhale, sweep your arms up towards the ceiling, and exhale, let them fall into a T. I want you to think about what you would look like if you were a genie coming out of a bottle. What would your arms feel like? What would your fingers feel like? I want you to do some shoulder and wrist circles. Find some organic movements of what your goddess would look like coming out of a genie bottle. Take a big inhale here and exhale. Just switch the arms if you're doing one side, and find something yummy to do with your wrists, your fingers, your shoulders. Take a big inhale, pull your palms together in front of your heart, and exhale, Lotus Mudra or palms in front of your heart, whatever works for you. Again, find some yumminess, find freedom in your body, organic movement. When you are comfortable, you're going to find yourself on all fours. Go through 1 or 2 rounds of cat and cow or organic circles, whatever works for you. Just find some yumminess. Take one more big inhale here, and exhale, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up towards the ceiling or the sky, and exhale, pull it all the way through for Ajiyasana or low lunge. Take a big inhale as you shift back into the back heel. Exhale, drop the back knee, relax your foot. We're going into Hanumanasana, but if you're not comfortable with the split, I'm giving the breakdown right now. So I want you to take that big inhale, push the weight forward, and then exhale, shift back like you're going into runner stretch. Feel free to stay in a runner stretch. You can stay very high or really low. Pick what works for you. The point is your center. Think about your 7th chakra is falling through into the earth or the floor. Take a big inhale here and exhale, ground. Maybe take one more breath here in Hanumanasana or runner stretch, whatever you've chosen. And exhale. I want you to ease up the body. And you can find this in pigeon pose if you like, or your exhale here in Hanumanasana. And I want you to pull the back leg up towards you. Flex the foot, protect that knee. Look over the opposite shoulder and just breathe here. We're really not trying to get the foot to touch our shoulder right now. We're not trying to do anything incredible. We're just saying hey to our feet, opening up our body. Take a big inhale as you drop the palms into the mat. Tuck the back toe underneath you. You can find yourself slowly coming back into runner stretch. You can sweep the leg around you at this point. Hit all fours first and then go downward dog. Or take your time by tucking the back toe, finding downward facing dog. Whatever works for you, we'll meet there. If you're already down in dog, awesome. Take that big inhale as you sweep the right leg up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to exhale high up on that left tippy toe, shift it forward into that yummy 3-legged plank. Breathe here. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, wild thing. Here's some fun funkiness. You can stay in wild thing or walk it over into your bow pose. Pick what works for you. Remember, you're in the comforts of your own home and no one is judging you. You're either in a nice upward facing bow, that back bend, or you're keeping it here in wild thing. Whatever works for you. We're going to take the big inhale as we bend the knees, open and arch the back. Exhale, shift back. We're sitting on the heels of our feet. Find some yummy circles. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Drishti goes with you. Salute your magical self. And exhale, snake it all the way through Bhujidasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, you're going to pull it all the way through, straight into Hanumanasana, your split, or low lunge, or runner stretch. Pick what works for you. Once you find whatever you've decided to commit to, take a big inhale there, exhale, ground, and commit. Take a big inhale here and exhale, walk the body up. Remember, you can find this in pigeon pose if you like, or you are not doing anything. If you want to go further, inhale, sweep that back leg up off the mat, flex the toe, and exhale, look over that right shoulder. Kind of open up the body. Remember, you're not trying to accomplish anything. We're just saying hello to our beautiful feet and our space. Inhale, drop the palms on the mat. Set yourself up so that you can come through, and exhale, let's meet downward facing dog. Inhale again, sweep that left leg up towards the ceiling, sink through the heel of the right foot. Exhale, shift into 3-legged plank. Commit here for one breath. Take a big inhale as you bend the knee, flex the foot, and exhale, wild thing, or walk it over into bow pose. Remember, it's up to you. You decide. Inhale, let the chest shine towards the sky. And exhale, walk it over. Take a big exhale as you sink into downward facing dog. Take an inhale as you bend the knees, open and arch the back, and exhale, shift back so you're sitting on the heels of the feet. Feel free to find child's pose here if you need the break. Find lotus. Find something to surrender to and relax. Take a big inhale as you shift through all fours and exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to commit to this down dog for a little bit. Sink the heels of the feet. Pull the belly underneath the rib cage. Roll the shoulders back towards the hips. Spread your fingers and breathe. Take a big inhale as you look at your palms and exhale, drop your forearms in the mat. You're in dolphin pose. Pull the belly in. You're only here for a breath. Exhale, drop the knees. We're setting up for Shirshasana headstand practice. If you do not have that, I want you to go back to the dolphin pose. Dolphin is basically half of downward facing dog. You're just on your forearms. Inhale, take a big inhale here as you set up. And you're going to exhale, shift your tailbone. I don't want you to shoot the legs up. I just want you to test right now. Take each leg up as one, the opposite toe stays connected to the mat. Engage your core. There should be a slight float in your feet before you're ready to go up. Inhale, take whatever your leg you're working with, and exhale, the opposite leg is floating. Pull the belly in. Take a big inhale as the opposite foot comes into the leg. It's going to meet and snake up so that you meet Shirshasana. Pull the belly in. Try to stack the heels of your feet over your hips, the hips over your shoulders, and breathe. Remember, you are not resting in the floor. You are slightly floating. As my teacher used to say, she should be able to slide a nice piece of paper right through the top of your head. Breathe here. You got this. Take a big inhale here. Same foot that went up is going to take you down. Drop the knees. Find child's pose. If you're comfortable, you're going to come back up to a seated position. I'm sitting on the heels of my feet, and I'm going to just find some little circles. When I'm comfortable with the circles, I'm going to inhale, take my right arm and rest it on my left ear as I gently allow my right shoulder and right ear to have a conversation. I'll do the same thing on the opposite side when I'm ready. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the ceiling, and exhale, shift through, set up the forearms. You're back in either dolphin pose or setting up for Shirshasana. Walk your feet in as much as you possibly can before you allow your head to relax. Take a big inhale as you pull your belly in. Opposite leg, I'm not sure what leg you started with, but you should create some type of float. The best way for inversion is to start with your legs open in somewhat of a split. You're going to inhale once you walk it up, pull the belly in, and exhale, either commit to straight leg Shirshasana. I'm going into a wide straddle here. Pick what works for you. Take a big inhale here and exhale. Remember, you want everything to be as even as possible. So your heels should always be even with the hips. Hips should always be stacked even with the shoulders. Activate your belly. Take a big inhale, one more breath, and exhale. If you are in Shirshasana, wide leg, you are just like me in this wide straddle. If not, you are allowing your knees to drop on the floor and you found child pose. When you're comfortable, you're coming through on all fours and meeting downward facing dog. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Ground down to the heel of the foot of the left leg as you exhale. Inhale here. and exhale, pull it through. You're setting up for crescent lunge. Push the back heel to an imaginary wall, front knee directly over your ankle. Allow your center to fall through. Inhale, reach your right palm up towards the ceiling, your left arm forward. And exhale, warrior 2, Vajrasana 2. Take a big inhale here and exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. I love this pose. Think about being sandwiched between two planes of glass. If you kick your booty back, you broke that part. If you push your chest forward, you broke that part. Just breathe. You could stay in triangle pose or find the bind here, whatever works for you. Take one more big inhale and then exhale. We're going for an advanced posture. You can go to side plank here. If you're taking the advance, you're going to take your peace fingers on the right hand, grab your big toe, shift your weight around, and open up. This is by far my favorite asana. Take a big inhale here and exhale, downward facing dog. You are awesome. Inhale, open and arch the back. Exhale, shift back, child's pose. Take a break. When you're ready again, you'll shift up on all fours. We're meeting down dog with the exhale. Inhale, sweep the left leg up towards the ceiling and exhale, sink through the heel of the right foot. Take another big inhale as you ready through. Exhale, pull it through, crescent lunge, high lunge. Back heel is not on the mat. Take a big inhale as you sink in. Exhale, reach your left arm behind you, right arm forward. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, Vajrasana, warrior 2. Take a big inhale here as you straighten that front leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Remember, it is not about getting your hand to the floor. Don't worry about that. You could take your hand to your shin or your hip, whatever works for you. You're going to take a big inhale and either take that twist or we're setting up for Vashisthasana. Peace fingers, grab the big toe. Take a big inhale here. You're either in a traditional side plank, modify with the inside knee drop to the mat, or in all of your glory for Vashisthasana. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. You are amazing. Take a big inhale, shift forward. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, we'll meet in child's pose. When you're comfortable, you're going to sneak through either Bujidasana, tabletop, upward facing dog, whatever you need. And exhale, cross the feet at the ankles, come through to any seated position that works for you. That means lotus, half lotus, easy pose, laying down, whatever you feel like you need. I want you to find it. You are amazing. You are special. You are beautiful. You have value. You are here for a purpose. Stop doubting yourself. Start loving yourself. And most importantly, start being yourself.